Keokuk County Expo 2024 Stars, Stripes, and Summer Nights is the place to be in July. Things start off with a bang on Monday, July 15th with Rogue Rodeo at 7:30 p.m. On Thursday, July 18th is the Keokuk County Expo Queen Contest and the Bill Riley Talent Search. On Friday, Tyler Richardson and the High Bank Boys will be in concert starting at 7:30 p.m. And then on Saturday, it's the Figure 8 races at the Keokuk County Expo. Bring the family, have a great time, and enjoy the fair at the Keokuk County Expo in Sigourney. The Union Mills Community Closet presents Christmas in July fundraiser dinner, July 27th, starting at 5 p.m. at Bradbury Hall, Nelson Pioneer Farm, Oskaloosa. Serving a catered dinner of chicken cordon bleu or savory sliced beef. Call 641-200-1940 or look for Union Mills Community Closet on Facebook to purchase your tickets. Tickets are $30 or $240 to reserve an entire table. All proceeds directly benefit Union Mills Community Christmas Toy Drive. It's the Christmas in July fundraiser dinner, July 27th at Bradbury Hall, Nelson Pioneer Farm. The Delta Fireman's Ball is Saturday, July 27th. You can enjoy food, live music, games, and more. There will be a poker run from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Keith Davis will be playing music from 6 to 9 p.m. For more information on the Delta Fireman's Ball, contact Jim or Faye Carey at 319-212-8772. The Delta Fireman's Ball is coming up Saturday, July 27th. Don't miss it. Saturday, July 20th, the Southern Iowa Fair welcomes Eddie Montgomery of Montgomery Gentry, along with special guest Dylan Carmichael and area favorites, The Boys. Tickets in advance are $40. Get your tickets at sifonlinestore.com. For more information, stop by the fair office at 615 North I Street in Oskaloosa or call 641-673-7004. It's Eddie Montgomery of Montgomery Gentry headlining the Southern Iowa Fair concert on Saturday, July 20th. Doors open at 6:30. Start time is at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are $45 the day of the show.
And here's your host, Steve Shedler.
Hello! Hello, hello. Hi. Hi. Hello! Welcome in. It's a Tuesday morning edition of the Morning Wake Up here on Steve Shetler Media, and we are broadcasting live, of course, from the Oski Dental Studios. Give them a call, set up your appointment with Dr. Schuster at 641-673-4845, accepting new patients. Oski Dental going to file your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta Dental provider, 902 South 17th Street, Oskaloosa. We thank Oski Dental for sponsoring the studios here on Steve Shetler Media. A look at our forecast is up next. It's brought to us by the Garden Gate, located at 105 South Jefferson in Sigourney. You can stop in and see Cindy and the gang Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturday, 9 to noon. They got fresh floral arrangements and much, much more. A little bit of patchy fog for this morning, early on. Otherwise, mostly sunny today, and definitely cooler than it was yesterday in the last few days. Highs in the mid-80s today. North winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight, a low of 64. Wednesday will be sunny, 79. A little bit more breezy tomorrow. Clear tomorrow night, a low down to 56. And Thursday, wow, beautiful day. Sunshine and 76 degrees. Right now, looking at our current conditions, of course, all this coming after a stormy night last night. Humidity at 96%. Winds are northwest right now at about 5 miles per hour. The barometer at 29.79 and 68 degrees here in southeast Iowa. Now, in the rain gauge this morning, I had 1.4 inches in the rain gauge. So 1.4 here at the Shetler household in Sigourney, Iowa. Hopefully you guys survived the storms last night. I know a lot of winds, strong winds, some rain, maybe a little bit of hail here in Sigourney. At least at my house, we saw just a few chunks of hail falling last night, but nothing significant. I know we had a neighbor a couple of houses down with a tree blown over onto their roof, unfortunately. So some cleanup going to have to happen there. But, some storms obviously rolling through last night. Let's see here. Earlier this morning, we put up our This or That. Our This or That brought to us by Stacy Flynn at the Legacy Insurance Group and Welcome Realty in Sigourney. You can comment on that. That goes up every weekday morning at 6 a.m. Apple juice or orange juice? Let's see here. Generally, I'm going orange juice. I would say 90% of the time, I'm going orange juice on this one. So orange for me. So comment on that. Again, that goes up 6 a.m. weekdays here on Steve Shetler Media. Our question of the day goes up at noon every weekday. It's brought to us by Amy's Salon House and Spa at 202 North Main, Sigourney. Question for today is, what word or saying drives you crazy? What drives you crazy when people say it? Currently, the thing that drives me crazy when people say it is all the things. That, I don't know, that phrase just kind of irritates me a little bit. When people say, all the things. That's currently what drives me crazy. So what word or saying drives you crazy? Our question of the day goes up at noon. Late yesterday afternoon, we put up our weekly top 20. Look at that. Got a new number one. My buddy Anthony Schilling is number one. He is one of the friendly employees at Brothers Market in Sigourney. Anthony, our number one follower here on Steve Shetler Media for the past week. That includes people who hit the like, who comment, and who share. The share, again, as I think, this is just the way I think this works with Facebook. Sharing, I think, gets you the most points. If you're wondering how to jump up this list, it's the likes, it's the comments, and it's the shares. If you share, I think you get a bunch of these little Facebook points. You can see Anthony had over 3,000 points this past week. So that's a rare feat. We have only had just a few people get over that 3,000 point barrier. So Anthony, congratulations to you. I know he has really been trying the last few weeks, and he hits number one this week. So congratulations, Anthony Schilling. Bruce Hahn, number 2. Alan at 3. Dan at 4. Bruce Beinhardt at 5. And then you got some of the normal contestants there. 6 through 10, Nancy, Stacy, Levon, Chad, and Dodie. 11 through 20 has Dave, Lacey, Curtis, Sherry, Donna, Jackie, Lauren, Christine, Jennifer, and Michelle. So those are your top 20 on the weekly top 20. Congratulations once again to Anthony. Let's see here. Currently in our tournament, For the Fun of It tournament, brought to us by Josh Clubb, the handyman at Son-in-Law Services. Give him a call at 319-431-1806. He'll help you with a variety of needs. July, we are featuring Southern Iowa, Southeast Iowa County Fairs. And our current matchup right now has the Southern Iowa Fair going against the Van Buren County Fair. Now, of course, Southern Iowa Fair based out of Oskaloosa. Van Buren County Fair, I believe, is based out of Keosauqua. Let me bring up our full brackets here. You can see over on the left-hand side, yes, Southern Iowa Fair, Oskaloosa, Van Buren County Fair is Keosauqua. The winner will move on to the second round to face the Washington County Fair. And then we'll, after today, we'll go over to the Jefferson County Fair against the Henry County Fair. So lots of fairs, talking fairs during the month of July. It is a busy fair time here in Southeast Iowa. Our matchup, again, going till 6 p.m. this evening with voting, is the Southern Iowa Fair and the Van Buren County Fair. Get your votes in. Thumbs up for the Southern Iowa Fair, heart for the Van Buren County Fair. Make sure you scroll back to 6 p.m. last evening and make your vote there, and we'll see who moves on. Right now, Southern Iowa Fair has the clear advantage in the voting, so they have jumped out to a pretty decent lead. Let's take a look at our community calendar, as there is a pop can drive going on. You can start saving your pop cans and pop bottles. Make sure you drop those off. The Stephen Memorial Animal Shelter collecting cans and bottles. That's at the Mahaska Drug parking lot in Oskaloosa. Proceeds going to help the shelter with their dogs and their cats. That is through this week and then again at the end of August. So again, the pop can drive for the Stephen Memorial Animal Shelter going on at Mahaska Drug this week. Also on our community calendar, I'm not saying I'm going to be there or anything, but I might be there for Central Empire Wrestling. You guys know I like wrestling. I'm a pro wrestling geek. And Central Empire Wrestling going to be at the Penn Central Mall Madness coming up on Saturday, August 3rd at 7 p.m. So put that on your calendars. And then also something, it's way off, but you might want to mark your calendar. The Sigourney Christmas Festival has set their date for December 14th. So save the date, put that on your calendar. As you can see, more information coming soon. The Sigourney Christmas Festival coming up in December. We're talking about Christmas already in July, so it's a ways off, but it's something to think about. Coming up later on this week here on Steve Shetler Media, we will have Doc Johnson. Now, you see the whole band right there, Doc Johnson and American Made. Doc, who is the guy, if you're looking at this, he's the second guy from the left. Doc Johnson will be bringing his original music. We'll be doing a live interview in front of a live audience every Friday at Barn Wired in Sigourney, Iowa, south side of the square, from 11:30 to noon. Make sure you stop in, be part of the live audience, or watch here on Steve Shetler Media. It's coming up on Friday. Coming up on Saturday, we have the sports section live from Brothers Market in Sigourney at 8 a.m., talking local and area sports. Make sure you tune in for that. And then tonight and every Tuesday night, we have Tuesday Night Tune-Up, getting you ready for the racing week ahead. Safe Grafke is your host, and we'll be live tonight, 7 p.m. at Smoky Row in Oskaloosa, talking racing. McGuire DeYoung is our guest for tonight. So tune in, 7 o'clock TNT, Tuesday Night Tune-Up from Smoky Row in Oskaloosa. Let's take a look right now at our birthdays. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Birthdays brought to us by Hometown Real Estate, Nikki Leathers. Go to hometown-re.com for more information. Celebrity and hometown birthdays. On the hometown side, we've got a bunch of birthdays today. We've got Sarah Schmidt with a birthday today. Dan Bryce from DB Landscaping in Oskaloosa. He has a birthday today. Ken Cheney has a birthday. Just saw Ken over the weekend at the golf course at the Jim Faust Memorial Golf Tournament in Sigourney. Ken Cheney was there. Of course, Ken, a longtime newsman here in Sigourney for the Sigourney News Review. Happy birthday to Ken. Got Cassie Walensky, easy for me to say, Cassie with a birthday today. Amy Kaler with a birthday today. Jay Hanna, Mr. Destiny. Jay Hanna with a birthday today. Terry Glandon and Lee Smoot with a birthday. So happy birthday to all those folks. celebrity birthdays for today. Jimmy Johnson, the football coach who led Dallas Cowboys to some Super Bowls, 81 years old. Of course, you find him in the broadcast booth these days, Jimmy Johnson. Comedian, actor, Elf, Will Ferrell, turning 57 years old today. One of the very best running backs ever in football history, Barry Sanders, 56 years old. The actor Corey Feldman is 53, as is the lead singer of the group, the band Live. Ed, all right, if you're looking at that, or do you know how to say this guy's last name? I do. Fortunately, I do know how to say Ed Kowalczyk. Ed Kowalczyk, 53 years old, from the band Live. So those are your birthdays. Brought to us by Hometown Real Estate, Nikki Leathers, the broker, owner, and realtor. All right, how you doing? How you doing? We're doing the morning wake up here on Steve Shetler Media. It's broadcasting live from the Oski Dental Studios. Good morning to Bubby, Dan, Dixie, Sherry, Nancy, Chad, Tamara, Sandy, Amber. Good morning to all of you. Appreciate you guys hanging out this morning with me here on the morning wake up. Let's see here. On this date, let me grab my papers here. Today is Tuesday, July 16th. On this date in history, I was trying to be clever there, and I just screwed up my words. On this date in history, 1790, Congress established that Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia, would be the seat of the U.S. government, 1790. And it was also on this date, 1945, the U.S. exploded its first atomic bomb in the desert in New Mexico. 1945 for that. On the National Day calendar, today is Corn Fritters Day. Yee! Give me a corn fritter. What is a corn fritter? I'm not sure what a fritter. It's National Personal Chef Day. And it's World Snake Day. Snakes! It's also Amazon Prime Day. What, day one of 2 days for Amazon Prime Day? So make sure you waste all your money on things that you don't need on Amazon. Before we go any further, let's hear from one of our sponsors, Tassel Ridge Winery.
Edelweiss wine from Tassel Ridge Winery is a great wine to pair with Iowa sweet corn. It's a fruity, semi-sweet white wine that offers orange, pear, and pineapple hints on both the nose and palate. It's great served chilled and paired with Iowa sweet corn and the foods that usually accompany sweet corn. All of the grapes for this wine are grown at the winery. Tassel Ridge Edelweiss is available at many local retailers. Look for the tall blue bottle with an image of a wine glass on the label. If you don't see Tassel Ridge Edelweiss at your favorite retailer, ask the manager to get it for you. Tassel Ridge Winery is located in Lighton on Highway 163 between Pella and Oskaloosa and is open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday from 9 to 6, Saturday from 10 to 6, and Sunday from noon to 6. Check our website out at tasselridge.com.
Hey, we do thank Tassel Ridge Winery for being one of our sponsors here on Steve Shetler Media. It is time for Things You Need to Know. Oh! In Things You Need to Know, President Trump electing Senator J.D. Vance from Ohio to be his official running mate as vice president candidate. So J.D. Vance and Donald Trump. Other things, Ricky Schroeder, the actor, and Broadway star Julie Trammell have announced their engagement. Congratulations to them. Shannon Doherty, she passed away over the weekend, the actress. Thing is, she agreed to finalize her divorce from her ex, Kurt Iswarenko. I don't know how you say his last name, I'm guessing. 1 day before she died, she finalized the divorce. So I'm not sure how that works out. Does that like cut him out of things that he would have had? Again, she passed away 1 day later after finalizing her divorce. Let's see here. If you watched the ESPYs the other night, Serena Williams sported 8 different outfits if you were keeping track, while hosting the ESPYs on Thursday night. Richard Simmons, another celebrity who passed away over the weekend. Richard Simmons says, "I know people miss me," in an emotional final interview 2 days before his death. That is according to People magazine. So, Richard Simmons. How about Venice, Italy? I don't know of too many people that have gotten over to Venice, Italy here lately, but did you know that Venice introduced a tourist tax this past year, charging visitors $5.45 a day just to be there? You're getting charged $5.50 in Venice, Italy, just to be there. And evidently, it was so successful, this tax, that they're talking about bumping up the rate next year. So you have to pay just to be there in Venice, Italy. Let's see here. Do you like the show Presumed Innocent on Apple TV? My wife Stacy and I have been watching that every Wednesday. Jake, how do you say his last name? Jake Gyllenhaal or Jill? I always want to say Gyllenhaal. Gyllenhaal. Jake. Jake. Not from State Farm, but Jake from Presumed Innocent. There will be a season 2. Evidently, things are going well for Presumed Innocent on Apple TV. See here, CBS going to be doing something different this fall. Rather than doing their new season premieres in September, like everybody always has, they're going to be holding off on season debuts and season premieres until October. So that's interesting. There will be one exception for that. That is Survivor, which will kick off in September. What is it, like Survivor season 502? I don't know. I don't watch Survivor. I watched the first season of Survivor, but that was about it. Let's see here. Ew, this is bad news. Rangers say a father and a daughter died on Friday after getting lost in Utah's Canyonlands National Park. They ran out of water in triple-digit temperatures. According to the National Park Service, the 52-year-old man and his 23-year-old daughter from Green Bay, Wisconsin, were hiking on a trail when they got lost and ran out of water and died. So, happening out in Utah over the weekend. Those are your things you need to know. Let's go ahead and jump into our impossible question. Today's impossible question. Today's impossible question. The average American says this phrase out loud 3 times a day. What is it? You might be saying it right now. Again, the average American says this phrase out loud 3 times a day. Think about that. Good morning to you, Kay. Good to see you. Sherry, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate everybody hanging out this morning on the Morning Wake Up. Again, if you ever feel like sharing this video in the morning hours and letting other people come and hang out with us, I feel like this is kind of our little club. We need to expand our club. We need more friends at the breakfast table with us on the Morning Wake Up. Feel free to share it. Like, comment, whatever you want to do. Today's impossible question. The average American says this phrase out loud 3 times a day. I'm tired. We say that 3 times a day. So let's just get it out of the way. I'm tired, I'm tired, I'm tired. There. I don't have to say it anymore today. Let's get weird.
That is weird.
In the weird. Let's see here. A new study. Health researchers continuing their quest to prolong life with a new focus on the surprising benefits of being grateful. Gratitude. A recent study involving nearly 50,000 older women reveals a striking correlation. For those who reported stronger feelings of gratitude, having lower mortality rates over the following 3 years. So how about that? If you're just grateful for what you have, for those around you, you live longer. So be grateful, and it has a positive effect on your life. How about this for some other news? The birth of 4 red wolf pups at a Missouri reserve marks a significant milestone for the critically endangered American red wolves, considered the most endangered wolf species in the world. With only around 20 red wolves living in the wild and 290 under human care, each birth is a crucial achievement in the conservation efforts to save the species from extinction. So, some new red wolf pups being born down in Missouri. Other news today, some weird stuff. A woman's first-class travel experience took an unexpected turn when she was asked to give up her seat for a young child due to a booking error. Now think about that. If you were sitting in first class, would you give up your seat to a kid just because there was a booking error? I mean, if you paid for the seat, would you give it up? This woman didn't want to. The 21-year-old woman recounted receiving the ticket as a surprise gift from her boyfriend for a long flight, marking her maiden voyage in first class. Now, despite her excitement, she faced discomfort when approached by a flight attendant with a request from another passenger, a woman with a young son, who had booked first class but found her son seated in the economy class by mistake. Now, the 21-year-old, who was also booked in first class and was being asked to move, politely declined to switch seats, citing her eagerness to savor the gift and luxury experience. And she was at odds with the mom. Now, the mom wanted her kid up in first class with her, and the mom evidently didn't appreciate that. So the mom got mad, tensions escalated until the boyfriend of the 21-year-old kind of stepped in and said, chill out. So, but yeah, wouldn't that make the rest of the flight uncomfortable and awkward and just ruin it for you? So who's the bad person there? The mom wanting her kid up with her in first class, or the 21-year-old woman on a super long flight that had her first class ticket given to her as a gift? You know? Yeah. Anyway. Other weird stuff. In late June, a group of mountaineers descending a perilous glacier in the Andes Mountains made a startling discovery. A dark, unusual shape amidst the blinding whiteness of the snow. Now, approaching carefully, they realized it was not a rock as initially thought, but remarkably, it was a well-preserved corpse. A dead person. A dead frozen person in the Andes Mountains in the snow. Closer inspection revealed outdated clothing and weathered skin, indicating the man had been there for a while. Identification from the driver's license in his pocket confirmed him as a California resident who had been buried in an avalanche in 2002. Now, this, according to this article, underscores a broader trend as climate change accelerates glacial melt worldwide, revealing long-lost bodies of adventurers entombed in ice for decades. So if you're a mountain climber in a snowy mountain, you might be running, and you might start running into dead bodies. How's that for a little treat on your escapade up and down the mountains, possibly running into frozen bodies that are being revealed with the snow melting? That would be kind of freaky. Let's go to the files of law and disorder. Let's see here. In the files of law and disorder, the recent arrest in the UK has sent shockwaves across the nation. The discovery of human remains in dumped suitcases has led British police to take a 34-year-old suspect into custody for questioning. The bodies of 2 men were found in southwest England, with additional remains discovered at an address in West London. Believed to be linked to those in the suitcases, near the Clifton Suspension Bridge. Sounds like something on Netflix. Forensic teams are actively investigating the crime scenes, and the suspect is expected to undergo questioning in London. The police have ruled out the search for others connected to the incident. So, body parts in 2 different locations, some of those in suitcases. Shall we do something that might make you smile? Let's cheer things up.
Something that makes you smile.
Something to make you smile. It's brought to us by Dr. Stacy Freeze at Lifetime Dental Solutions. Again, they are very, very close to opening up. If they haven't yet, they may have yesterday. I don't know. Got a new location on the east side of the square in Sigourney. 115 South Jefferson. Make sure you check that out. Call Lifetime Dental Solutions in Sigourney at 641-622-2669. Something that's going to make you smile. A mischievous raccoon caused a stir after breaking into a home and indulging in a feast of snacks, only to find itself too plump to escape. So imagine that. A raccoon breaks into your house, but then can't get out because it has eaten so much that it's gotten so fat that it can't get out the way it came in. The incident, shared on Reddit, featured a photo of the chubby raccoon trapped under a shelving unit surrounded by empty snack packets. It was captioned, quote, "Raccoon broke into my brother's garage, ate a ton of snacks, and can't get out." A fat raccoon breaking in and not being able to get out. That is something to make you smile. It's brought to us by Dr. Stacy Freeze at Lifetime Dental Solutions. Look for that whole story. We'll post that at about 7:45 this morning on Steve Shetler Media Facebook. We got one more thing. Shall we do some duh?
Duh. Duh? Duh! Duh.
In the duh, of course, we all saw at least pictures. Probably we all saw the video of Donald Trump getting shot in the ear this past weekend. Former Secret Service agent Tim McCarthy criticizing the security lapse that led to that assassination attempt on Trump, comparing it back to 1981, the shooting of President Ronald Reagan. McCarthy, speaking on WGN television, described the incident as a, quote, failure on the part of the Secret Service, despite their rigorous efforts. Now, he emphasized the need for a thorough review of security protocols whenever a protectee is harmed, acknowledging the inherent challenges in providing foolproof security. The attempted assassination occurred during a rally in Pennsylvania where Trump defiantly continued speaking after sustaining a bleeding ear from a bullet that grazed him. He didn't really continue speaking, but he did get up, raise his fist, and say, "Fight." Now, despite the incident, McCarthy speculated that Trump would likely, of course, resume public appearances, which he did last night at the Republican National Convention. So, yeah, that's security lapse. Something fishy going on there. How does a guy get up on the roof with a gun that close and security didn't see him? Something fishy. That is your morning wake up here on Steve Shetler Media. Let's take one last look at our forecast. It's brought to us by the Garden Gate. Some sunshine expecting for today. Sunshine and 84. Clear skies tonight, a low of 64. Once again, do keep in mind, we do have the Tuesday night tune-up coming up tonight. I do want to bring that. I got something I want to share. We're going to show you this promo picture. We got McGuire DeYoung coming up tonight on the Tuesday night tune-up. That's his car. So McGuire tonight at 7 p.m. live at Smoky Row in Oskaloosa. Of course, we do broadcast each and every weekday morning from the Oski Dental Studios, 641-673-4845. All right, on this Tuesday, coming up video-wise, let me look up at the schedule that's on the wall ahead of me here. Tuesdays, we'll have In Remembrance Of coming up at 8 a.m. We've got the What's Happening video coming up at noon. A great community calendar video. If you want to know some things that are going on in our area, Southeast Iowa, watch the What's Happening video. Gives you tons of stuff to do. 5:30, we'll have Successful Farming. 6 o'clock, The Brain Rewired with Iva Bontrager. And tonight, we will have a special Tuesday night edition of Real Talk with Pastor Aaron Fleming and myself. So that'll be tonight. And then, of course, Tuesday night tune-up at 7. So busy. We're always busy here on Steve Shetler Media. Unfortunately, with the rain out last night of Sigourney softball, I won't be able to make it to that game. But we, of course, are cheering for Sigourney softball tonight. Hopefully the girls win and move on to state. Of course, we wish good luck to the Sigourney baseball team coming up when they play with their chance to go to state. Wouldn't that be something if both Sigourney baseball and softball would make it to state? So fingers crossed on that. And then, of course, last night at the Expo in Sigourney, the Rogue Rodeo getting canceled last night due to the weather. I know the Southern Iowa Fair in Oskaloosa put off a lot of their events last evening as well. So, yeah, that storm last night creating some havoc with our schedules. But better to be safe than sorry. All right, we're out of here. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.